Wow, you look at that pie. Wow. Wow, stick around. You want to try this? Wow. That's banging. Stick around and I'll show you all about it. Hey everybody, I hope you're having an awesome day. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out. So hopefully, if it's beautiful where you are. Hopefully you're out enjoying it. If it's not, hopefully you're staying somewhere safe. If you're out in the Louisiana area today, I'm not sure when I'll post this, but this is Sunday, so big storm coming in there. So I know some folks are being impacted by that. So just be safe, be careful, be cautious. All right, so. Hey, but the rest of you, welcome. If you're new, I really, really appreciate you coming out and checking out my channel. Hopefully you'll stick around. Hey, we got some good stuff coming up. So I got some a cookie review I just did. So if you haven't seen that, I'll put the link up here and you can check it out. You can get a free bag of cookies. So who wouldn't like a free bag of cookies, right? So go down there and check it out. Eddie from Live, Love, and Eat Keto Style was the one that turned me on to it. So after you go check out my video, go check his video out, right? So really, really appreciate that. And those of you returning, you're the ones that really keep this channel moving forward. Hopefully we continue to pick up steam and I get more and more new subscribers. I would really, really love that. It would help the channel grow. It helps incentivize me to know that more and more people are being impacted by this. I have some people that have contacted me, have really given me some great inspiration, some motivation. Just keep it up. This has been really, really wonderful. So I enjoy doing it. I wish I had more time to do it so I could do more stuff. That's the biggest problem for me, is just work and other things going on, that you only have a very limited amount of time to do this kind of stuff. So I wish I had more of it. So hey, I was thinking about, because I'm actually around the 460 mark, I think, right now for subscribers. So I'm thinking of coming up on 500. So I'm starting to think about, I bought this book here. And this is a book from Wes Shoemaker. If you don't know it, he's got the YouTube channel. He's got a really good webpage as well, from Highfalutin Low Carb. So he's got a great, I'll get it up there. So you can see it. So this is really his new cookbook that just came out. I think August 16th it came out. I got a copy of it. I pre-ordered it. So I got a copy of it. I'm going to order, I think I'm going to order a couple more of them. It's actually a pretty good book. I'm going to do a review on it. I haven't done a full review on it yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to cook some of the recipes in here as well, just because I want to get some information in here. There's some really good information. I'm not the best of cooks. So hopefully this will teach me and get me into a better state of mind for cooking some stuff for you, so I don't quite mess it up as bad as I normally do. So I'm thinking about giving some of these away when I hit the 500 mark, and kind of doing a special thing and then having a draw for it. If you think that's something that is worthwhile, let me know down below what your thoughts on it. I know someone else, I had mentioned it before on my Instagram as well as in my Facebook group. So if you haven't joined those, as well as subscribe here, please join either me on Instagram or on Facebook. That would be great. And right now the feedback's been pretty positive about doing it. So we will set up some parameters around there, like you have to comment on the post, you have to be a subscriber to the channel, right, as well. So, and you have to give it a thumbs up. So, we meet those 3 criteria, maybe we'll give it away. We may have to, like I said, we're going to tweak it and figure out how to do it. I may ask for a couple of you that have done it in the past, how did you do it, and the software that you used and all that stuff. I know over at one of the other channels I watch over there, they just did it, and they used the software to do it. And again, they had certain criteria you had to meet. So maybe you have to comment here, be a subscriber, and comment on my Instagram to qualify, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out between that. I figured we got a while ago. The rate I'm going, it will take a month or 2 before I get there. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much today. So, but I just kind of wanted to get your feedback and see what you thought about doing it. Again, he's talking about doing this on a budget. So how do you do keto on a budget? And he says eating keto for $8 a deal. $8 a day. I'm not sure with the inflation if it's now it's $10 a day, but still it's eating at a pretty cheap dollar amount compared to what we think of today, because everybody thinks, oh, when you do keto it's really, really expensive. So if you think that's something worthwhile, let me know, so that, you know, if we don't think it's worthwhile, I'm not going to do it, but if you guys think it's worthwhile, I think it'd be something good to do. You know, something else for you to read and something else to look at, so and get some other ideas for recipes and stuff. So enough of that stuff. So today I am going to do some cooking, and before I get started on the cooking, I will tell you, so today what we're going to do for the cooking, and then I'm going to go into something else. So today for cooking, what we're going to do is we're going to make a coconut cream pie. Sorry. We're going to make a coconut cream pie today. So I got, believe it or not, I got 3 different things going on at one time. So you know, next week's on a holiday weekend, so we were trying to get a little bit of ahead because we're thinking about going away for a couple of days out of the holiday weekend. So we're trying to get a little bit of ahead. So I got a couple things going here. So trying to keep things orderly and straight. So we're going to make a coconut cream pie. So hopefully you enjoy that. So the first part, we're going to make a crust. That's the first part. That's the easy part. Actually, this whole recipe is really easy. So it shouldn't take that long. There is some time where we have to wait with cooking and freezing or refrigerating and stuff like that. But overall, it shouldn't take us very long to actually make the stuff. So the video shouldn't be long. I also do want to say, because 2 people noticed that I didn't do shout outs on one of my last videos on Friday. Actually, it came out on Saturday. So I didn't do those shout outs. So Journey to Mia, I think that's how she says her name, Mia, M-A-H-A. So go down and check her channel out. I'll put a link down to her channel down below. Go down and show her some love. That would be really, really, really great. And then the other person that commented that noticed that I hadn't done it, or even commented about the shout outs, because I had asked the question, so the only person that answered the question was my pal Misty. So Misty, I've been following her for quite a while. So really love her channel. If you want to go down, I'll put the link for her channel. Go down and check it out. She talks a little bit about food and that she ate today. She talks about what's going on in the world. She's just actually a really, really super person. A lot of great information. A lot of great people that join her on her groups and in her chats and stuff. So get down there and check it out. I think you'll be quite pleased with either one of them, as well as both of them. Show them your love. That would be greatly appreciated. So with that said, we're going to get together and start making a pie, right? So first of all, I'm going to do is make the crust. The crust is super, super easy. All it is one, and I'm going to turn the camera down here so we can see that. I think we're going to do that with any luck. Yep. All right. So with this, I got 1.5 cups of almond flour I'm going to put in here. If you wanted to use coconut flour, you cut that volume in half. So you could do 3/4 of a cup of coconut flour if you want to use coconut flour. Like I said, it's really simple. 1/4 cup of sweetener. I'm going to throw that in there, and we're going to mix that around. Then we're going to just throw in a pinch of salt. We're going to mix this all up, get that salt mixed in, incorporated into it. Now if you want to sift the flour, it actually helps a little bit with the mixing, so you don't get any of the lumps or anything else. Then the last thing I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put in a quarter cup of butter. So I'm going to mix that in. You can start seeing how it starts getting lumpy, and So once you think you get that pretty well mixed in and pretty well incorporated, what we're going to do, I'm going to take this thing out of the way. So we're going to take our pie pan out here. I'm going to pour this into my pie pan. Now again, I use the pie pan mainly because I wanted something I could take with me on a cookout or on a picnic or something of that nature. So I'm going to start pressing this in here. I'm going to use a spoon to do it. You can use your fingers if you want. And we're just going to start patting this down. Now I did turn my oven on to 325, so that's on right now. Now this pie crust, I'm going to tell you, you can use for anything. So this actually pie crust comes from Carol Ketchum from you know, All I Dream About Is Food. If you I'll put a link down to her webpage down there. She has some fantastic recipes out there. So so if this is, you think this is good, go down there and check out some of her other recipes. And I think you'll be amazed at how good some of them are. So. All right, I'm just going to go around the edges here a little bit. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. All right, so once this is done, I'm just going to throw this in the oven here now. And we're going to bake this. That's all there is to it. Like I said, I can use this pie crust for just about anything. I'm going to throw this in the oven now for about 10 minutes. I'm going to hold it up because I'm done with that. Throw it in the oven. 10 minutes on my timer. Go. All right, so that's in the oven for 10 minutes. While that's in the oven, I'm going to clean up my mess here and start setting up. We're going to make the pie filling next. Now, once I take the pie crust out of the oven, it has to cool completely before we put the filling into it. So I'm just going to get things set up. I'm not going to make it until the pie comes out. That way there it has a chance to cool. And then the filling will be nice and fresh to go inside of it. So, all right, I'll see you in about 10 minutes or in TV land in about 2 seconds. All right, the pie crust is done. So it's kind of what it looks like. Looks like a pie crust, right? So I'm thinking maybe a little bit more butter, it would have held together a little bit better too as well. So I'm thinking maybe next time I'll add a couple of, maybe another tablespoon of butter to it. So anyway, so the next part of this is we're going to actually take some of the 1 cup of coconut milk. I'm going to pour it into a saucepan. Actually, this is coconut cream, I'm sorry. So this is actually coconut cream. So we're going to put the coconut cream in here. It's nice and thick. And then we're going to use some whipping cream. So we're going to mix the two together in this little saucepan. Mix the two of them up together a little bit. I'm going to put them on this burner, and I'm going to bend you down. Oh, I didn't do that. I should have. So I put the, oh, my camera fell over. Sorry about that. All right, so I put the 1 cup of the heavy cream and the coconut cream in here. We're gonna put this on the burner here. This is on medium heat. So we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna start cooking that and let that start to simmer a little bit while we're there. And in this part, we're gonna take this. This is 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So we're gonna put those together. This is our sweetener. So we're gonna throw our sweetener together. This is 2/3 of a cup. So we're gonna throw that in there together. A little bit of salt. We're gonna throw some salt in here. Put that in here. Get that out of our way. Let's see. And then we're going to start whisking it together. So I'm going to use my pogo whisker. We'll see if this works or not on here. This thing actually works pretty good, so I like it. All right, so we're gonna let this mix. We're gonna work on this a little bit. This is gonna come up to a simmer. So I'm not sure how to define a simmer, but so once it gets up to the temperature, we're actually going to mix the two together. We're going to be careful not to temper the eggs to cook the eggs. So we want to be really careful about that. So all right, that's pretty warm. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to mix this and pour this in real slow so we don't cook the eggs. At the same time, I don't make it too much of a mess. For me, I get very impatient. I want to just dump the whole thing in and. All right. I'm going to set this here for a moment. Mixing this pretty good. Once we get this mixed, and it looks like everything looks good. Yeah, I bet you didn't think making a coconut pie would be that much into it. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this back into this pan. All right, and we're going to put this back on the burner for a few minutes. This is going to sit probably about 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to get this to simmer. We're going to start whisking this. We want this to boil down a little bit so it gets a little bit thick. set a timer on this so I know how long 5 minutes is. All right. You know, we don't want it to come to a boil or anything like that. We just want it to come to a nice simmer. All right, rather than you sit here and watch me stir this, we'll come back when it's all ready to go, and we'll go into the back. It's thickening up pretty good now. We're about the 5-minute mark. You can see it starting to thicken up. So looking pretty good. We're gonna take this off of here. Just a second, and we're moving on. We're gonna add some more stuff to it. I actually did taste it, so it was hot, but it was really, really good. So I'm going to turn the burner off here. And this. Now make sure when you're doing this that you're continuously heating this up, otherwise, because it starts to thicken up, it starts to bubble a little bit, so you don't want to do that. So that's starting to really, really look good right now. So we're going to take this off of here now. It's starting to heat up a little bit. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add some butter in here. I got 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to start mixing that in. That will start to melt. Then I got a teaspoon of, this is coconut extract. Let me get that so you can see it a little bit better. Move the camera a little bit. There. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell where. There we go. So get that in here. So we got 1 teaspoon of coconut extract that we're going to mix in. I will tell you that coconut extract smells really, really good. And then we got a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract that we're going to put in. We're going to mix in. So we're going to stir this in here, get this all mixed in really, really good. This is really, really still hot. Now this is Zamjam gum. This is about a 1/2 teaspoon of that. We're going to sprinkle that across the top here. We're going to mix that in. That should really help thicken it up a little bit. Now I got one more big step. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to move something out of the way here. I got something coming over. All right, then I'm going to show you what I got next. So what I'm going to use is I went to the Asian store in town here. I got some shredded coconut, but it's really shredded, so it's not stuff in a can or dehydrated or anything. It's actual really stuff. So you want to put in here. I'm making a mess, so I guess I should use something besides my fingers. So this is like, it's frozen, but I thawed it out in I will tell you, it's like real coconut strip, so it's real coconut. It's not dehydrated or anything else. I've used this in the ice cream before and some other recipes that I've made. I really like doing this with these coconuts. Like I said, I have an Asian store, a Filipino store, not too far from my house. So I'm lucky enough, so I go down there and I get some really good, like coconut milk and coconut cream and some other stuff that you might have a hard time finding when it comes to Asian foods or stuff from the tropics. So this is starting to come together pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is pull that out of the way. I'm going to bring the pie pan over here. And we're going to pour this into the pie pan. Well, that really filled it up, I'll tell you. All right, so let me see how that looks. Better this way. All right, so that's the pie. That's the way it looks. Now I am going to put whipped cream on the top of this thing, and then we're going to put some toasted coconuts on top of it. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I have to let it sit for 2 hours. That will give me a chance to clean up the kitchen a little bit and start working on start finishing the next project that I've been starting to work on as well as in between this. So we'll see you back here in a few seconds, but in actuality, it's probably more like 2 hours. So, all right, see you in a few. All right, I'm gonna put the whipped cream in piping, and then we're gonna see how it goes. So, never used it before, so. I have a feeling it's going to take some practice, so bear with me. Oh. What do you think? Hey, I'm trying to learn how to use it, so gotta give me a break. So. Try to fill in some of the holes. I got a little bit more to go. I'm gonna put some more in here. All right, let's see if we can get this final down. Oh. All right, what do you think? what do you think? So now we're going to try the hardest part. The hardest part of this is always, well, I shouldn't say that though. Right. For me, decorating is the hardest part because I can't decorate nothing for nothing. So I guess I'll have to take a class on it and or something and take decorating. So, all right, let's cut a piece of this. Oh, you know what? Before we take I gotta take a quick picture. Hold on a second. I need my thumbnail. All right, now I'm gonna cut this thing. I'm gonna do a taste test. Now the hardest thing for me to do out of anything is get that first piece of pie or cake or anything out of here without making a huge mess. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Wow. Woohoo! What do you think? Looking pretty good, I think. I want to take a picture, if you don't mind. And now let's do a taste test. And we'll talk a little bit about the macros, or we'll do the macros first. So on this macro, you can slice this pie into 12 slices. That's what they say the serving size is. It's about 365 calories. It's about 6.5 total carbs, 5.5 protein, 35 fat, and 2.5 fibers, which would make that a 4.2 per slice for net carbs. So just to kind of, so that's where we're at. So hey, before we go any further and do the taste test, so I'm going to do a shout out to anybody that can tell me the weight from my last weigh-in. Well, it would be from Saturday, August 28th. If you can tell me my weight from then, I'll give you a shout out on my next video. I'll put the link to the other video in case you want to look at it at the end of this video, so you can kind of take a look at it. So, all right, so let's do the taste test. Man, oh, that's good. That's really good. Wow. That's really good. Nice. I hope you enjoyed the video. So again, if you make this, let me know what you think. You know, drop down in the comments if you tried it. You know, you like it. I really love coconut, so coconut pie, coconut cream pie is just ideal. Again, you know, 4.5 net carbs, 4.2 net carbs. How can you go wrong? You know, per slice, even if you eat 2 slices, right? So it's something that you can make. You can bring to a picnic with you. The crust came out really good. That pie crust you can use for anything else. Again, you know, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It was really, really good. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I'm gonna have this for my dessert. So you guys are awesome. Have a great day. You know, let's keep smiling, make the world a better place, be nice to each other, be kind to each other, and I will talk to you soon.